Coming up, a family's horse is shot to death and now they want answers. Two women, two strange encounters with people watching or approaching them while running errands around town. Plus, roadblock after roadblock. We follow a shipment of the COVID vaccine to Thief River Falls. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Still puts the fear into them and to us of, what's next? Are they going to get another horse? Are they coming to get a family? Are they, what are they doing?
New at 10, a Valley News Live exclusive. Tonight we're hearing from the owners of a horse that was shot and killed yesterday morning in rural Earhart, Minnesota. An investigation is underway after the owner says he found his pregnant horse in a pasture with a single gunshot wound. Valley News team's Courtney Lockie talked with the family and neighbors who say they won't stop until they find the person responsible. It's a story you'll only see here on Valley News Live. And a warning, some of the images you're about to see may be difficult to watch.
Shocking, dirty, and cruel. These are the words neighbors used to describe Thursday's unsettling news. Ole and Don Ard's pregnant horse had been shot and killed in Freiburg Township.
It's awful. I hope they catch the person.
For somebody to do something so powerful, really, it's a statement that somebody's trying to do something, and I don't understand why they'd take it out on an animal.
The Ard's horses roam on Yvonne Whitlock's pasture. She says she was out doing her chores Thursday morning when the phone rang.
Ole had called me and he says, "Did you hear any gunshots?"
Ole says it was around 9:30 that morning he came to the pasture to find his pregnant horse on the ground. He says the body was still warm.
And I said, "No, I hadn't heard anything." And he said, "My horse had been shot."
Ole called authorities who've launched an investigation. He also turned to Facebook asking for help. His post has gone viral, thousands of shares reaching people all over the nation. The Ards tell me they aren't ready to go on camera yet, the news of their horse making them physically ill. And neighbors are feeling for them.
I just couldn't imagine someone doing that. Especially in this area, we all look out for each other.
What's next? Are they going to get another horse? Are they coming to get a family? Are they, what are they doing?
The Ards tell me they think they know who did this, adding they're meeting with authorities next week, praying for answers. In Freiburg Township, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Anyone with information is urged to contact the Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office. Two women are urging others in the valley to be more vigilant after they had scary and unsettling situations occur at two separate Fargo retail stores yesterday. The first incident happened at Barnes & Noble. The woman said 5 men and a woman were watching and following her and her kids around the store. The second incident happened at Target when Kenzie Pavic says a man crouched down beside her in the baby food aisle.
At that point, he reached over and he grabbed my hand and wanted to see my wedding rings. And I pulled my hand back and he's like, "I'm not scary, don't be scared. This isn't weird." No, this is really weird, you're freaking me out.
Fargo Police are reminding you to call their non-emergency number immediately if something like this happens to you. They say being creepy isn't illegal, but reporting these incidents is important. Officers keep a tally of where and how often these situations happen in case of future investigations or criminal charges. New information about a vehicle we've been telling you about all evening. The vehicle an armed and dangerous suspect was expected to be using has been found. However, the suspect, Oliver Ty, is still at large. Ty has been charged with attempted murder along with other crimes in connection with the January 24th shooting at the Arbors Apartments. If you see him or know his whereabouts, call police. New video shows what police saw during the U.S. Capitol building breach. It was shown during a federal court hearing for a man charged in the deadly riot. And we want to warn you, the video is violent and disturbing. The D.C. Metro Police body cam video shows rioters brutally attacking police. One person is heard yelling, "Knock their masks off." A man then charges and starts fighting an officer, at one point grabbing the officer's baton. 2 other rioters are seen with a weapon and a hockey stick. One rioter says they will kill an officer. Another is seen grabbing the back of an officer's helmet. In another video, rioters drag that officer down the stairs and then brutally beat the officer, one using a flagpole bearing the American flag. A group of lawmakers is proposing a 3% raise for state employees. Employees would receive an increase of $120 to $300 a month. The author said that's meant to maintain a strong workforce and lessen wage disparities. With increased health insurance and 401k benefits, it would cost an additional $118 million over the next 2 years. President Trump gave the green light to the Keystone XL pipeline while he was in office. President Biden has already stopped the operation, and critics say that move could cause thousands of jobs to be lost. Our D.C. Bureau reporter Kristen Casper investigates these claims by digging into the past.
This is home and abroad.
Republican lawmakers are critical of President Biden's decision to reverse the Keystone XL pipeline permit, claiming thousands of American jobs will be lost. It's a concern echoed by other leaders in the oil and gas industry.
It was really misguided because it impacts jobs and economies through the Intermountain West, all the way through the country.
But to get the full story, we need to look at how we got here. Back in 2015, after a series of environmental and federal reviews, the Obama administration denied TransCanada's permit request to expand the original Keystone pipeline. But first, they took a detailed look at the numbers. The State Department found the project would create around 3,900 direct, temporary construction jobs in the pipeline's path. It would also contribute $3.4 billion to the nation's GDP.
This is an issue where failure literally is not an option.
5 years ago, as Secretary of State, John Kerry was the one who swung the hammer on the project, saying his decision wasn't based on the numbers, but combating the climate crisis. Now he's part of President Biden's climate team.
Our plans are ambitious, but we are America. We're bold.
Following President Biden's slew of climate executive orders this week, Dan Knotts with the Independent Petroleum Association of America says he's concerned about the future and is calling for his industry to be included in the conversation.
We think we can be a contributor to that very question of reducing greenhouse gas emissions, but at the same time producing the energy that the country's going to need.
In Washington, Kristen Casper, Valley News Live.
2 senators have introduced legislation to authorize continued construction of the pipeline. A similar bill passed in 2015, but President Obama vetoed it. If you're looking to stay on top of the latest information on the COVID vaccine, check out our new VNL vaccine tracker. Just open your phone's camera and point it at the QR code on your screen and then tap the link that pops up. We'll keep that tracker up in the bottom corner of your screen for the next few minutes. As many adults still weigh the pros and cons of receiving a COVID vaccine, Dr. Anthony Fauci is now pushing for kids to be vaccinated as early as this spring. During a press briefing today, Dr. Fauci says there will be trials over the next couple months regarding the vaccine in children, starting with older kids and working down to younger children.
Over the next couple of months, we will be doing trials in an age de-escalation manner so that hopefully by the time we get to the late spring and early summer, we will have children being able to be vaccinated according to the FDA's guidance.
Stanford says the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine could arrive in the Valley in March. Questions are being raised about the vaccine's lower effectiveness in preventing the disease in comparison to Pfizer's 95% and Moderna's 94% efficacy. Many are asking if you can choose which vaccine you get.
As of now, we are not in a position to choose. We are using up our vaccines as they come. We are not saving anything. And for me, it really doesn't matter which vaccine you choose as long as it is safe and effective.
Stanford says you should get whatever vaccine is available to you as soon as you can. Still ahead tonight, the difficulties of getting the COVID vaccines to rural areas. We follow a shipment on its journey to Thief River Falls. Plus, our First Alert storm team is tracking some wintry weather that's expected to hit the middle of next week. Hutch is in to break it down next.